If I was driving the bus, that's what I do to the kids. I make them run for the bus. Well, it's another beautiful day. Drop the camera and the microphone. It broke. Let's see if I can show you this. Whoa, there it is right there. Broke that off. And me and Brad and Makay, we're not in Havasu. No. It's taken these guys this long to recover for another road trip. Well, Brad, he's pretty down after the Bugatti. But Makay, he's definitely, it took him a few weeks after the Impala run. Anyway, we're here at an undisclosed location in Brawley, California. So these really nice people, I'll take you in here and introduce you real quick. What are you doing, young man?
I'm waiting for a guy called Merlin. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How the hell are you? What the hell you been up to? So this young man came out to Glamis during my birthday bash.
Yeah.
He's here in Brawley, born and raised. And him and his wife drove out to wish me happy birthday. And they came to meet my cousin Paul as well, but he wasn't there. It was on a Wednesday night. And he gave me something really cool. And we're going to show you what that is. And we're going to try to drive it back to Lake Havasu. So how long has this thing been sitting?
About 13 years.
13 years. So basically you used to load the whole family up in this thing and take them out to Glamis.
Yes.
And you pulled a little camp trailer for that trailer that's sitting right over there, right?
Yes.
And sometimes dune buggies, and then you had it set up to where you could put dune buggies in the back of it?
Just my quads and three-wheelers.
Okay. So we'll take you across the street and show you this fine piece of equipment we're getting.
Okay.
Well, so here it is. So what is this thing? 1966. And it's
international.
It's international chassis. And what bus manufacturer made the thing?
I thought it was Carpenter, but I'm not sure
Carpenter.
now.
So 66 international Carpenter bus with a Deutz air-cooled diesel. What transmission does it have? Do you know?
It's got
It's a 5-speed Eaton or something?
I don't know what kind. But it's 5-speed with a 2-speed rear end.
So it has a 2-speed rear axle too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got gears, Brad.
Yeah.
It's got gears. It's got 10 gears. You ever drove a 10-speed before?
We're gonna.
Oh yeah, that's game changer with a 2-speed axle clicker.
Right.
Makay, he's like ready to drive. He's like, let's go.
You make some time.
What was this? To keep the honest people honest?
Yep.
Love it. Oh, look at that. Woo! Oh yeah, she's dusty. Look at that. Hi.
You know what? If you get it running, it's going to outpull his tow truck.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I had the trailer behind it, and this friend of mine, his father-in-law had a Ford mini camper RV, and the trailer behind it, he got stuck in the sand, and so I just pulled them all out.
With the bus.
With the bus.
Out at Glamis.
That's why I say.
Let's get this thing running.
Dude, look at that. Look at that panel up there.
I know.
All the lights.
And they all work.
Did the gauges work?
Yeah.
All the gauges worked?
Yeah, the lights that come on.
United Bus Sales.
Look at this mirror.
Yeah, you can see. Like, there ain't no kids getting away with nothing. Like,
No.
We're back here, and we're throwing spit wads at the bus driver. He knows. He knows the kids that are throwing the spit wads. Oh, hey, the keys are in it.
Yeah, I know.
I know, he says.
Got an old International steering wheel. Cyclopack air cleaner. Look at that.
Was there a different engine in it before?
It was an old
Cycle.
gas engine,
Gotcha.
but it only got about 2 miles a gallon.
Gotcha.
So they switched over to
this Deutz.
Deutz.
It's pretty interesting. Man, there are tags and things all over this bus, aren't they? So did it have a fuel valve on it somewhere?
Right here. No, they was all connected.
Oh,
Actually, there's another one on the other side, but it never was connected as long as I owned it.
And does it have diesel fuel in it, you think?
I think it does,
Okay.
but I'm not sure on that one.
Okay, but you know these two.
Yeah, check those two. And
So, how did you operate this here fuel gauge?
you know, it's real hard. You stick it down there. And
All the
see
way
how
to the
much-
corner?
All the way to the bottom.
Looks nice and fresh there. Let's see what kind of. Well, it picks up something down in there.
It may not went down all the way straight. It may hit the other side.
Well, it looks like if I pick up on this, it does hit the other side. It kind of, I don't want to break the hose off.
I heard you hit bottom now.
Yeah, we're definitely a good half on that one. Grab that one. Let's see what's it. Because I don't think it's hitting clear at the bottom. It's going. But I don't know which one we're hooked up to.
You're hooked up to the front one.
The front one's the one it's running off of now. Oh, that one goes to the bottom. Yeah, that one's.
And them tanks are not that deep. I think they're
Yeah, I see that.
about 30-gallon tanks.
Okay. Well, it looks like they're both probably better than half. So, I think first thing we're gonna do is I don't know. You got some way to blow that dirt out of here?
Yeah, I do. I brought something.
You can let the back tailgate down.
Yeah. So I think we ought to open that back tailgate and then maybe just start at the front and just. I don't know, you can probably get some out this door. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started on the rear tires and see if I can get some air in them.
Yeah.
And then whatever pump I have left, I'll air the front tires up a little bit because we'll take it over to his nephew's yard.
Yeah.
Where he's got that cement pad. Because it's only a block away or so. And then
Change them out.
it'll be safer to jack it up. We want, this is pretty soft here. I'm sure that old bus is heavy in the front end. So yeah, let's take a look at this hot rod here.
Does the back just open up with?
You have to open it up on the inside.
So Deutz, air cooled.
How'd you get it open today?
That's the fan. There's a fan inside of there, a little turbine fan. Got a turbocharger back here. We're gonna have to fix our air filter hose. It's got air brakes, so it's got this compressor on it. What do these switches do, Ricky? What are these?
I don't know.
It's like you.
This is a throttle,
Is this
I
connected
mean-
to the throttle?
but I think it's.
So
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. They do something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is connected to the throttle, so that must be connected to something for.
I never did nothing to it.
Yeah, you just drove it.
Just drove it.
That's pretty cool. It's that's quite the motor. Brad.
Want me to start the tires?
Brad's running. Let's start on the inside rear over here. Well, here we go. We're gonna create some dust for your neighborhood.
We had a lot this weekend, it doesn't matter.
You're prepared. Look what this sweet lady did. She got Pepsi and more Pepsi and Dr. Pepper.
And water in the bottom.
You're my hero.
Well,
So How hot's it going to be here today in beautiful Brawley?
I don't know. Ask Rick, he knows.
You think we'll make 100 degrees here today? So your high temperature in the summertime's 115, 120? Yeah, so pretty much run along with Havasu.
So you're not getting anything.
We're not getting a break? Is that what you're saying? We're not getting a break? Well, we didn't come here looking for a break in the weather. We did choose the coolest days we could find, though, to come and do this.
I'm glad.
But, yeah, old lucky number 26, I guess, huh?
Yeah. It was at the school when I went to work at the school in what, 1980? No, 1990. 94, and then next one is
Well, so 1966,
2000.
1966 bus. Do you think they bought it brand new?
Probably.
So then they rebuilt the thing, you know what, 25 years later.
It's in that book that gave
Oh,
you.
when they put the engine in and everything?
It's in my pickup.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at that, because,
It tells you the price of the engine and how much.
oh wow, all the things they did putting it in
It's
and all
not.
that.
It's over here in the pickup, Pat. Our pickup.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. So he's got all the records on this bus from clear back to almost brand new. Pretty unique old bus. Hey Brad, is that you there?
Yeah.
Might have to let her air for a minute.
That's what we're doing right now.
This will this fold up and stay up?
Well, I don't know.
You gotta push it all the way up. You have to do it from in there. Push it all the way up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, it'll click. There you go. Now if it goes up one more time, it'll come down. Make it?
Can't
Yeah, you gotta reach between the...
get it threaded on far enough to push the valve core.
Yeah, we might have to find a core remover and loosen the core or something. Says it's got 20 psi in it. How's it looking, Brad? You're looking like I need to take that machine to you. Like you, seriously, your head.
I could probably use it.
You're like you're turning brown with the dirt. All right.
It's a typical Glamis trip.
Holding on to the bar, going down the road.
Look at that air seat.
Oh yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an air blower under there. You can blow the rest out once we get the thing fired up.
I thought that might be for brakes.
Do you dare open this?
We're gonna have to, I think.
This is. Ooh, you might want to blow that one out too. Just blow that like Yeah.
I don't know that want is an option. We're gonna have to.
So here's the motor underneath of here.
Look at that.
Ooh, how deep that is. Like seriously, like that is.
That's an 1/8 inch thick.
Yeah, it's legit dirt. She dusty. She's dusty. Well,
Looks like we can take the housing off of this fan.
why would you want to take that off?
Well, I'm thinking it's probably full.
Ooh, who cares? Let it blow through and out. That is that the dipstick over there? See a dipstick for checking the oil?
No. What's
That's one of the clips.
this?
That might be it.
That's a dipstick with a bolt in it.
Okay. We'll put
She's
that-
not registering.
We'll put that back in. Well, I guess we can assume if there's none under it, there's some in it.
We can hope.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, this needs a hose taken to it.
Yeah.
This would just turn to, I mean, can you imagine the mud?
Yeah, it's going to wash down. It's silt. Well,
You see
Okay.
a lot of dirt in the turbo, Merlin?
not really, but the motor's got a lot in it. It's an eighth.
I mean, it's going to have a lot.
Yeah, it's an 1/8 of an inch deep here. It's been collecting a lot of dust. So we see something that looks like a dipstick tube, but no dipstick.
No dipstick.
Okay.
It didn't have one when I got it.
No, so you never worried about it.
Well, when I changed the oil, I put 5 gallons in it, and that's what it called for.
And we assume if there's none under it, there's probably some in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks like I do. He says after our last episode with the Bugatti, he is not worried about us in this school bus. I love that.
Which is good news. I haven't drove it. They said change oil every 7,000 miles. I may have a...
You may have 1,000 miles on the bus since
Yeah.
you've owned it. Well, we're gonna put what? 200
miles
200
more.
on it to go to Havasu.
I'm going to try and blow this.
Brady's little turtle.
Thank you, sir.
Is that better?
That's way better.
That's a Brawley shower. So what's the deal with the shutoff solenoid? You said it was kind of hanging up or something before.
It'll start up, but it won't stop
So you would just put it in gear and let the clutch out.
on high gear.
Remember that, Brad.
Again,
You can't kill a noise.
This is our people.
So I don't know. I'm gonna give her a try here. What did you just tell me?
Oh, Merlin, I got you the best upholstery in town. The Kirkland t-shirt.
Show me how you install this. This is like, you know, my Honda Trail 70, I had Levi pant legs.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I used to put over the seat because that's what I had, you know.
I should have brought some tape to tape it up.
Well,
Next to the back there.
that'd probably be too fancy for us.
Oh.
Come off
Probably takes two that get random shearing.
It took 2.
Climb into this freshly upholstered seat.
That's as bad as climbing into the Bugatti, huh?
It is pretty much.
It's on the left side underneath the dash.
Okay. There's a little pull switch.
You feel it?
Yeah. Ain't hear nothing running. Oh, something's going on. Woo! That low air pressure. So that'll run by itself or what?
You have to. I don't know what's happened, but it was on there when I got it. It's back over here someplace.
It's a fuel pump or something?
Yeah, but it gives it a little bit more boost to
Okay.
the engine. And a lot of times you'll be going down the road and you forget to turn it on, and
It'll cough.
it
McKay,
it's just a.
do you hear anything running out there?
It's on this side, I think.
It's on this side?
Yeah.
It's there's a little pull switch here.
Just leave it down.
Any wires come apart? Oh, you can't really see it, huh?
Well, maybe it only runs when the key's on.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because when the key's on, all I can hear is that buzzing.
Yeah.
Go listen for it when I turn the key on.
What are we listening for?
Fuel pump. Should be mounted on the frame or something somewhere there. Possibility.
Probably right by the tank.
You missed a spot, Brad.
I missed a lot of spots.
It's so dirty. I think the pump might not be running.
It's just suck it up.
Was it
There it
going
is.
or no?
It's running now.
I hear it now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Might let it run a little bit.
Let it push a little fuel.
Push a little jello up there.
Running now, huh?
Oh yeah. It sounds like it's kind of building pressure.
Okay.
But
Clean it up a bit. It looks filthy as can be. Maybe that's just not making a good connection because it's
I
so
don't think
dirty.
that has anything to do with it. I think there's something else going on. Some kind of lack of juices. Get it to click a couple of times, then we can probably use the starter. The key, I mean. So we're trying to rebuild a relay valve here. All this is the valve that you hear dump the air when you release the parking brake on a big rig. And this one's probably just dried out and rotten inside. We're going to see how bad it is. See if there's anything we can do with it. If not, we're going to go find a truck yard that's got one and get a new one and put on it.
you think Napa would handle those?
Yeah, they used to in the day. If it's
A little bit old.
an old school Napa, they might.
That might.
And some lubricant.
You missed.
I'm sorry.
Almost got him, but you missed.
So basically we've got this relay apart. Air pressure comes in from your brake release switch, comes through this little hole. Basically this diaphragm, it blows it back and shuts this hole right here, seals it off. And what that does is allow air to travel into your two lines, releases your maxi cans. When you release the brake, once the pressure drops, this relieves and it dumps all the air right out that hole. Now you can screw a plug in that and block it in an emergency and get it to release, but your brake isn't going to set fast. When you release your brake, all that air from those cans has to release all the way back through your switch on the dash, and sometimes it'll take like 40 to 50 seconds to release the brake. So what we're going to do, we're going to grease this right here real good, lube this thing up, put it all back together, and maybe it'll hold air. Well, it held air. It just, we need that to release when we hit the brake can. If we have to, we'll go to Napa and get a new one. These things ain't expensive. They're just annoying to replace, but it's pretty amazing that that's the only moving part in the whole thing. It's just a little soft piece.
And that's the forward one, and then the back one is your brake actuator,
Yeah,
right?
well, that's that's your brake apply. So that's your service. This is your emergency.
Because I didn't know which one was which when I was looking at it back there.
Yeah, well, when I hit the thing, I thought you'd see the air coming out of this one, but that was the one I wanted you to...
I was tapping on both of them, but I couldn't see the air coming out of either one.
Yeah, it was just pouring out of this earlier, every time I flipped that switch, so... But, we'll see if we can get that to...
It was just that one brake right there.
It's both brakes, it's the emergency release.
Oh.
The relay just, it's not working. Well, it's come down to, we need one of these pipe plugs to plug the brake valve to try to make the brakes release. That is a cool sign. You see that white drug sign? White cross drugs, look at that. That is awesome. Anyway, back to this plug. We're trying to find a hardware store. We've gone to 3 locations that no longer exist. And now we're headed to, where are we headed to, Brad? AutoZone. That's where we're going. AutoZone.
Either one.
I
Whatever
see
has
it.
this
McKay can see the
I
sign.
see an AutoZone sign.
I'm not interrupting McKay. He's drove in circles. He's like, he can see the sign. We're going there. So we're going to get a plug, a couple of them. Try to plug up some of these air leaks. We're going to move it to another location where we got cement to work off of. We're going to try to get tires on this thing. And maybe we'll be moving towards Havasu. We are going to get fuel in, what, the forward tank? Is that what that runs off of? Is that what the pump's hooked up to?
The pump is right between the 2 tanks.
Turn left onto Northline.
So anyway,
Turn right.
we'll put a little
Turn
fuel
right.
in it, some oil and a few things and get headed for home. Well, I broke the key. I don't know what happened, but it sheared something off in the ignition. Kept trying the starter and something broke. So we had to tear the dash out of it. It was pretty hard to get it loose because it hooks to the steering column. And I don't know, we got gauges moving, the amp gauge is moving. Hopefully this don't short out. Not gonna worry about it. But we're getting air now. So we're gonna release the parking brake. Seems to be holding. I guess the door doesn't work, the air door. So I'm gonna make an attempt to get it into gear. You hanging on, Brad?
Let's go.
You're like, let's go.
Oh, that just sounds like flat tires. That's what it feels like.
Feels like flat tire.
We're rolling.
I don't know which one's the air one.
But now we have air to waste?
Yeah, you got air to waste.
That's 20 pounds every blast.
Every blast, that's what we can't afford to waste no more air. It feels like the tires are flat.
That's it. Other than that, it feels fine. We're just rolling on flat tires.
Well, we brought 2 for the front, so we'll at least get them changed. Yeah, it's your side I'm worried about. Swing, you know. Air horn works good. Yeah, those front tires, they're flat. They got flat spots.
They're all flat. The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round all through Brawley. Woo! Hey kids, what's going on? Hey, sit down, Joe! Don't make me stop this bus! When we get to your bus stop, I'm gonna have your dad take care of you.
You know where we're going?
Yeah, kinda. It's literally not very far.
Clear.
Yeah, you'll want to give us some room. That's where we're going, it's this place.
Clutch okay?
Feels really good.
We haven't tried brakes yet.
I don't even want to try brakes. After our last trip, Brad, with the Bugatti, I don't want to touch the brakes. It's holding air, that's key. The air horn works. We can at least warn people that we're coming. The Bugatti, you couldn't hear the horn. But
You feel good for the next 200 miles?
no. Hey, this is probably one of the worst decisions we ever made, was coming to get this old bus.
Look at this thing. It's like we're back on railroad tracks again. Just clickety-clackety,
Yeah.
clickety-clackety.
Okay, we're gonna try. We're gonna try the brakes.
Oh, we got them.
Yeah. This is an event. We got half of Brawley following us. They're like, what's going on?
Woo, she got some torque there.
I'll have to learn how to drive it. No, this thing's got plenty of power. It's got plenty of flat spots on. Woo, woo, woo. Tires. Tires is flat. The tires is flat, son.
Take care of them. We got a long way to make them go.
Dude, we got a line of cars behind us like you cannot believe. Look at this.
Here, I'm going to take a walk to the back of the bus.
Yeah, go to the back of the bus.
They're all for us, Merlin.
Huh?
They're all for us. Well, except one.
They're not all for us. They're just scared to pass.
Yep, we're good. Yep, plenty of room.
Brad? I don't know. All I know is
I don't know if we're better off or worse off than we were an hour ago because now we're moving.
now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're full commit. Is that your clipper?
Yep.
This is gravy.
I'll let you take this. It's on. I'm gonna go around here.
Well, we got air leaking out of everything still.
Hey, you guys can nose it up to the shop door if you want.
Actually, we'll have more room right here, I think.
How's it going? I'm Norm.
Merlin.
I live here.
Nice. You're the guard. You're the on.
Yeah, I'm the night watchman. I'm the guard man.
Local resident.
Yeah, gate boy.
Gate boy when the trucks are coming.
Yeah.
Well, it made it that far.
Hell yeah.
The tires are square. I mean square.
I didn't think it was this big of a bus, T.
It's big.
Yes. You gonna pull upside the jump?
Nah, we'll just do it here.
Okay.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
That tire's not gonna make it.
This one's not gonna make it?
That one's not gonna make it.
This one's not gonna make it either? What are you trying to tell me, Makay?
I'm just making sure that you see it.
We didn't even go a block and this tire is just disintegrated already. So we got tire work to do. Now it's tire work. This is gonna be the big deal here.
This developed a little.
Yeah, it definitely developed. What do you think? Do you want to pull it inside?
No, he's got a compressor, like just a small one, but a roll over here that we can use.
We could pull up in there.
We can.
I mean, it'll probably start right up. But Makay's going to back up to this trailer, help him, and we'll just unload the tires there so we don't mess his pickup up because they're 200 pounds apiece. And then I'll see if I can pull it up in.
Like this.
Well, we're over here at Ricky's nephew. What's your name again?
Tommy Weiss,
Tommy Weiss.
also T2.
So your dad was his dad's brother.
Yeah. Yes.
Also big fan of the channel. Passed away, what, 3-4 weeks ago?
March the 1st.
March the 1st. So this was his radio shop where he does all kinds of cool radio equipment. Check this out. Like, this is way over my head. But anyway, his son has got some of the talent here and is kind of taking on the legacy, but feels so much cooler in here than out there in that dirt. I just
You got an air conditioner here, man.
yes, that doesn't suck. That does not suck. So we're gonna get these front tires changed. We brought some with us. We knew what we were up against. So we got at least nice smooth tires for the front. This one is in fair condition, so we're gonna move it to this other side on the rear. This rear one over here, it is definitely, the sun has got it. Brad's got me up on a block of wood here, so we'll single that, pull that single off of there, and we'll be good to go. So we're gonna get that done. Thank you, Pat, for bringing those Pepsis. I love it. Tires on the front. Makay's rotating flat spots over here. And so far the bus has started, I don't know, half a dozen times. It's doing pretty good. The old man here, he's just like loving it. He's like,
Oh yeah.
just living the dream of remembering his old bus and seeing it come to life.
Never gave me no problem when I had it.
Well, honestly, I don't think it's gonna give us any problem. I hear the fuel pump running. I forgot to turn it off. So it's got a little boost pump here. This little booster pump under here. You have to pull that switch under the dash. That turns on a little electric boost pump for the engine. If it's not running, it kind of throws a fit. So yeah, Makay's airing up some tire, and then he's going to rotate the flat spots and line up the wheel holes so that at least, ooh, this got a flat spot on it. Makay's truck driving right there. Skidded a flat spot on it. Huh? Did you skid a flat spot on this tire, Makay?
Never driven this bus.
Well, hey, careful what you wish for, Makay. Never driven this bus. We may have to make Makay do the first leg in it. I think I'll wait till it's nice and hot. You got dirty. What'd you do? How'd you get so dirty? What'd you get?
Rolling around on the ground in the dirt.
Dang, okay. So yeah, a little air here, a little air there. Might as well air this one up too while we're airing, right?
Yeah.
and then rotate flat spots, and then what do you think, Brad?
I think we're going to be okay if tires hold out.
Tires? You think it's tires, huh?
What do you think it is?
I don't think he's going fast enough to throw a tire. I think it's going to be fuel. I think it's going to be fuel, 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 fuel all the way. We're going to go look at some jet skis over here for Jet Ski Jimmy. See what we got here. I got a special project for us. Should be easy.
Should be.
You guys look at me like we're ready for lunch.
What are we taking home with us now?
See those two jet skis over there? We're taking Jimmy a gift.
Oh, Jimmy will like that.
750 Kawasaki's. He'll be jazzed, won't he?
Yeah, he will.
Ain't those what make good stand-up motors?
Perfect for him. Yeah.
Anyway, I think they've got some kind of like front
We have
end.
the room.
They got a pettibone there, so we'll use it to load the heavy wheels. We'll shove the jet skis in first, right? And then we'll put the tires in the back. It'll make the bus ride better.
Weren't we towing something too?
Maybe, if we can find a tire for it.
Golly.
I mean, let's not leave anything here so we don't have to come back, guys.
That's true.
Isn't that our rule, Brad? Isn't that what the rule is?
Yeah, that's the rule. If we can fit it in one trip, why not?
Yeah. Friend Jimmy, we're putting jet skis in the bus. Well, Jimmy, 1750 SS Kawasaki.
Complete.
It is, it's complete. Like, they cut the battery cables for some reason, but other than that, I'll bet you it'd run.
It has as much dirt as this bus did.
Dude, I think that's just normal down here.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think Brawley is definitely
South Glamis.
South Glamis. It is definitely dusty. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll set the tires in here, and then if we need one, we can pitch it out, because this will ride better with some. It's already feeling better with some weight. Or is that just the way it is at the back of the bus? Now, tacos are here.
Yeah, and they did have street tacos.
Well, we'll have to have street tacos next time. Alrighty, so we're here in Brawley. This is the bonus that we're picking up. Check out this old school thing. Aircraft landing mat, World War II. Made out of old ag parts. Makay's trying to tie it on and make it DOT. Look at this front suspension, guys. Made out of a universal joint. Drive shaft, sleeved. Pretty cool. Buggy leaf. I don't know what we'll do with it. But anyway, we're here at Brawley Trailer Supply. And they're putting us together a spare, well, not a spare, they're putting us together a tire because our tire's kind of rotten. So we'll get a tire on this trailer, we're getting hooked on the bus, we're gonna get fuel, and then we are out of here. We are rolling back towards Havasu any minute, so we'll take you along. Well, do we have lights?
No.
Yeah.
I put another switch because you have 12 volts there.
Okay.
But once it's coming down here,
It's got to be the dimmer switch then.
well, because you got
Gotta
this
be
little
the-
bus bar here.
Okay.
It's coming. I think it's coming into this thing.
So
Going
what?
into that room right there.
So what if we made a little jumper that we could screw into the like Bus bar. So you have power to the bus bar?
I have not gotten that far
No
yet.
power here.
I haven't gotten that far. I was going to flip the switch, and I was just out here checking out to find the...
Now you're making me look at these belts. I
No,
didn't
you're
want
not
to get
supposed
in
to
here.
look at
Yeah, definitely wasn't supposed to look at those. Yeah, I wonder if it's the dimmer switch. I didn't see a dimmer switch. So you flip that toggle up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stomp it. That should have power.
Yeah, there they go.
Okay. Off?
Off.
On?
On.
Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so while we're up getting a tire, Ricky's nephew, he wired us a switch here because this one's broke. Something fell apart on this one. But I stomped on the dimmer switch a couple times. He was checking power, and boom, we got headlights. So I'm a lot less worried about having to deal with headlights now if we have to. But the boys are hooking up a dune buggy back here. We just put a fresh tire on.
Pretty low with that 8-inch drop.
What? What? Are you kidding? That's all right. You don't have a hitch laying around, do you? With a little less drop?
Yep, we sure might.
2-inch ball on it, maybe?
Yep, let me look.
Well, we're getting all kinds of big.
Hitch pins.
Okay, yeah, because we'll leave that on your truck. Beg, steal, borrow. Beg, steal, borrow. That's what we're doing, is beg and steal. I love this hitch on here. This is my favorite part of this trailer, is this old little finger smashing, like just not rated for anything, like just falling apart. What do you think? Tightening lug nuts, Makay?
That one's snake.
Well, we only got 4, so we better make sure they're all
Tight enough.
well. They won't come off. Then that's all we need. What do you think, Brad?
I don't know what to think.
Brad's give up at this point. Brad had a couple tacos. He had a Coke and a water and some chips, and
I'm thinking we have a long road ahead of us still.
I know, right? Remember the Bugatti? About
I think the
2
Bugatti
minutes in, we run the fender over, and it went downhill from there. Anyway, we're about ready to hit the road. Okay, guys, we are just getting ready to leave Brawley. We got our dune buggy hitched up on this fine old bus. Uh-oh, it's leaking. Not so fast, guys. I don't know where that's coming from, but we're gonna have to take a look at that. We got fuel leaking out of the hose here. Return hose leaking. Go ahead and shut her down, see what we got. Well, we never even got out of the parking lot. Got a giant puddle under here, but this rubber band. It's not even a rubber band. What are those worm things you eat in the bag? The gummy worms. It's like gummy worm.
disguised as a fuel line.
Gummy worm. Oh my. Well, yeah, that's definitely leaking right there. So if you can look underneath, Brad, grab a cardboard. It's literally, it wraps around that motor mount right there. Yeah, that's where it's leaking.
Yeah, right there. That's not a leak.
I see catastrophe.
Okay, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Here,
I see
Hey. We got a leak here, Makay.
catastrophe already.
Oh, you know why it's leaking?
fuel pump's on.
So this switch right here,
Yep, that did her.
that did it?
That fixed it.
Well, that fuel line is just a return, so I don't know what that is, but we're gonna need some 1/4-inch fuel hose.
Look at that thing.
Well, I'm thinking, how far down does it go, Brad?
I don't know.
Grab
the
it.
cardboard and get
Yeah,
over there.
grab a cardboard. Let's see how far that goes. I think McKay's probably gonna have to run and grab a piece of 1/4-inch fuel hose at the auto parts store, and we're gonna get this unhooked. But yeah, this is boogery. Like, it's like boogers.
It's a 1/4-inch fuel hose.
Yeah, it's 1/4-inch. I want to see how much though.
It just swelled up to 1/2 inch.
You kidding? Hold on, Brad, and you can probably unhook it or take it down there. Do you see which one it is?
That's it? Oh yeah. It's like a worm all the way back.
It's like a worm. He's like, it's a worm. It is like a worm. It's like a gummy worm. This is the world's biggest gummy worm. World's largest gummy worm.
Oh boy.
So don't get in the diesel fuel. Okay. Can you see where it connects?
It goes into the, it's a long piece.
Is it?
Yeah. It goes into the frame rail and goes back.
Ooh, that broke. Gummy worm. That's the return line, Brad. For sure. Not sure what else we got going here. Okay, well. Okay.
I got a $100 bill. I just paid cash.
I'm gonna have you get a roll. So just go up and stand by for a minute and I'll call you. We're gonna get this figured out, how long we need, and we're you see where it hooks up, Brad?
Yeah.
Here's a screwdriver. What do you need? That's a return, so I'm pretty sure that's a return.
Yeah, I think it is too, and I think maybe
Is it only returning into one tank?
Yeah, that's what I think he may have pinched off at some point.
Is the return?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, these pump lines, they go all together. And
So
they're all hard fuel lines.
Yeah. We'll try not to mess with them, but let's unhook the return. Makay will get us a roll, and we'll just redo that hose. So Makay's on his way to get a roll of hose, and we're going to redo that. I don't know that we'll need anything else, but I might have him get some other hose as well. Well, we're waiting on Makay to bring us a fuel hose. It's kind of hot here in the desert. We got a few windows open on this thing. We're hoping the draft, the vacuum draft, will pull the dust out that Brad missed. He didn't miss a lot, but he missed a little bit. Like you can see it on top of here. But, well, there's a little here. Let me show you. So we got this. It's
What happens is when you blow Glamis out of a bus, it's in the air and then it resettles. You have to do it like 20 times. Here.
So,
There's no longer dust there.
but now it's on the floor and it's going to tornado on us. What's this ladder? What did you decide this was?
It was just up here. It would help getting in and out of the emergency door.
Well, that's only in case of an emergency. We're not going to have an emergency,
I've
are
been
we?
using it all day.
Well, Makay returned with some hose. We've got us a not so wet noodle hose here. I'm gonna try to get her started up again. Starting this thing is a process. This ignition just ain't got a lot of starts left in it. Have have any left in it. Wished I knew which wire was the start wire here. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna figure this out. Can't get the key to come on. Charges without the key, but we don't have a boost pump. Yeah, we close that. Close it and get it button tight. All the valves have dried out in this bus so bad that we can't get it to build air half the time. The brakes seem to be working really good, which is good. I've got the parking brake hot wired basically. I've got the relay valve plugged, which is kind of a no-no, but it's the only way I can get the thing to release the brakes. So I'm having Brad tap on the main relief valve and see if it'll come to life, and I think it just did. No, it's not building. Basically, once we get it to build to about here, it picks up, goes right on around, and works good. I don't know, it's almost like it has to sit and run for a certain amount of time, because now it's building. It's building now. But it just sits there and runs for a certain amount of time. Like it takes a hold. So I can't get the ignition to work anymore, so I'm just going to twist a wire from here to here, and I'm just all done with this bus. I want to get rolling. We are running out of daylight, and I don't want to do this in the dark, so we're going to get going. Clear? Yep. I'll tell you what, them tires feel better. Get a cable off, Brad? Well, that was awesome. Well, it ain't this one. Honestly, it charges. So I need a start wire. I mean, that's what shorted, was the headlights right there.
Yep. No, our headlights shorted.
So, a pair of pliers in there. I'm gonna pull the tack out. We're gonna pull this cash out and get rid of it. Put the tack back on. Turns out we've smoked a headlight wire. This headlight wiring is pinched. I don't know, this 12-volt wire, it might have been why the headlights wasn't working anyway. Our buddy wired a switch on it, which made our headlights work, but I don't think they work now. But we'll be able to figure it out up the road when we need it. But we're going to try to get some ignition back in it, get it started, but I want rid of this dash. This thing is just bouncing around and shorting out, and I need access to this in here because I got air leaks, I got voltage leaks, I got Makay leaking. It's like,
Makay, are you leaking too?
not yet.
Might be later.
So yeah, we're tearing this dash apart, and
we're gonna dig that fire extinguisher out of that jet ski.
that's true. I got a tachometer. We're gonna hook that up. So I'll go ahead and put the old tachometer right back on here so that we got a tachometer, because we don't want this thing to come up short on any hours. If we get an audit in the school district, we're gonna have all our hours counted for. Be like, how did you get it from Brawley to Havasu? Well, you know, we took it off the Department of Transportation's list of hours. McKay's like, what are you guys talking about? So right now we're bleeding the air off. That's the last of our gauges. so we can take the air gauge out. Yep, there it is. I need that gauge. We got that gauge, we got this gauge, we got that gauge. I'm gonna plug the ignition back in. Okay, I got an air gauge bouncing around in this hole of voltages. Okay. Might as well put the light back in it. Hey, you never know, that thing might work later. It's freestanding. We got nothing there, so does this... Oh, that's a good sign. You know, Makay is such a jerk. I gotta tell you guys. This is bad. So Makay, he's a mechanic for SkyWest Airlines. And he's sitting on an airplane in the back full of passengers, and he looks at one of them and he goes, "Do you smell smoke?" That's cruel. That is cruel, Makay.
It was funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That's what I want to hear on an airplane. Okay, all we need is air pressure, and then we can back out of here. Yet again. So we're building air. We got a tachometer over here. We've got our wires not shorting, I think. Yeah, I don't think we're charging now. I don't know if that pump's running or not. I hope it is.
The only way to tell is to shut it off.
Huh?
The only way to tell is to turn the engine off.
I know. We got some very live wires here. Running out, building there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know which one we need. I know which one we need when we need it. I ain't hooking it up because a lot of...
As long as they can see us.
Okay, setting off. So we've just built air pressure. Okay, I need some help backing up so I can turn and get out. If I was driving the bus, that's what I do to the kids. I make them run for the bus. All I can hope is the boost pump's running.
What problem number is this?
I don't know.
324.
I quit counting. I want beer at this point. I'm done with water. I want beer. Hold on, hold on. Let me get this chain. Okay. Okay. There we go. So I just chained that. So hopefully it'll hold. I'll let you in. I'll flip this air valve and shut you out. Okay.
I'll jump in with Makay.
You'll just leave me like that. We're gonna try this one more time.
You got a strap.
We've made it a quarter of a mile to the 111. The 111. I don't even know what to say, Brad, at this point. I don't have words.
Well,
it's a cool old bus. It drives really good, but it is so full of electrical problems, air problems, and just, oh my gosh, you can work on this thing for the rest of your life. But I've got the dash out. The gauges look like flowers here, just bouncing. It's like a bouquet. Like it's just a bouquet shorting out electrical. I don't know. Does this work?
Hey, quit messing with stuff that doesn't make it go forward.
That horn
You're
works.
wasting air again.
Wasting air again. Something burned up in the dash at the gas station. Brad was going for a fire extinguisher. Kay was going for a beer. I was going for the whatever. I couldn't get out of here. It was like catching fire. Smoke was coming out of it. So we lost our boost pump. So I've got this little green wire that's wiring our boost pump. Might have to put 2 on there. That's getting warm. That might be the next thing that burns up. We're going to get across this and we're going to roll here for a little ways. And we might be Googling the scrap yards. I'm not sure. I can't shift it. I feel like I got 3 left arms when I try to shift it. I just don't even know what to...
What do you think our chances are?
A 0.
You're not thinking we're gonna make it?
I don't know. This fuel system,
We haven't even started to have problems with the fuel yet.
No, and we're going to.
4 tires.
And it just got a mind of its own. It'll be idling, then all of a sudden it'll rev down, then rev up, and I don't know. Here we go. Get across the 111. It's to the floor. That's to the floor.
There we go.
There we go.
Gremlins. Get that 3rd gear.
I don't know where it's at. I guess there. I guess it's right there.
Found it.
Where's this farmer going? Okay, there's 4th. We get a 5th. Speedometer's working. I saw that. 30. Maybe that's first. Maybe that's it. Which is fine. Yep. Those gauges look good, bouncing around in the hole. 2,300 RPM, 60 miles an hour. Yep. Looks good. Want to stop at the Glamis Beach store, check the belts on the thing, make sure they don't look like they're coming apart. They might have a belt at the Glamis Beach store. They're probably open too. We can sit there and have an ice cream.
I don't know. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but they might be open. You never know. We might be able to have an ice cream at the Glamis Beach store.
I'm pessimistic right now, aren't I?
Yeah. I want an ice cream. So we're rolling into Glamis. There it is off in the distance.
Lost that axle.
Yep, I tossed it out. Now it's in neutral.
Let's unload that thing.
So we're gonna stop at the Glamis Beach store anyway, just for fun, take a picture, and check on our belts. We don't know if our cooling belts are still on. I haven't heard anything go kabang or kapow, so I don't know. Doing pretty good though. Running about 55, 60 miles an hour. I mean, that's about as fast as you can expect this big old bus to go. Good to hear.
45, 50, 35 up the hill.
He is not a cheerleader.
Hey,
I said 50-ish.
it took us 8 hours to get it to move.
Yeah. You don't know if it's taking to get to 50? 8 hours. So we're just looking at our belts here. They're making a lot of racket. So we're just going to pretend we didn't see any of that. We're going to get a picture here in front of the Glamis store. Tires look like they're doing good. I like that. Front one looks good. That's our new tire. That's the only new tire we've got. And I don't know. We're just gonna keep on trucking. What are we losing?
I can't tell, but it looks like some of the trailer lights work some of the time. I can't tell if it's the sun shining.
Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna wait till night and see if they develop and actually work most of the time. Because we don't know what we got for lights, really. Well, I was gonna have us an ice cream, but I don't think we're doing that.
No, it doesn't look like they're open.
Yeah, so we'll just keep on trucking. Try to get it 1, 2. We got pretty much 3 hours. I think we can be in Havasu by dark. It's running pretty good. Still running pretty good. So we're just gonna put it in gear and drive.
I mean, it's not catching on fire anymore. That's good.
Yeah, we don't have any fire. You want to hold this, Brad?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's first.
So you go first, second, woo! Third, that's third. Now fourth is tricky. Fourth, no train. I got a bigger horn than the train. Fifth. All 5 gears. Hi, buddy. Sorry, get in your lane. Good. And then that 2-speed, it would be good, but I shifted it earlier and it went to neutral, so I quit shifting it. So we're gonna just lever right in high gear. So now that we've left Glamis, we gotta get to the top of this hill, Old Boogie Road, and then hang on, little speedometer. It's okay, little buddy. We'll get you some juice later. Gears are big. Speedometer's unhappy. It's unhappy. We'll see you in Parker. All right. So
under 100.
Brad's gonna man the chicken. Oh, you might as well just get her rolling on the curb here. Don't go out into traffic till you get her rolling. Get her figured out, Brad. Then ease it up on when you're ready. Less is more.
It's not bad. We're good.
Well, yeah, I'm just gonna climb back here and take a nap like a school kid would do. Sleep on my backpack. I was like, drag the hose out. I didn't hear nothing. So I looked through the peekaboo hole and I was like, it's bad. It's all bad. It's real bad. So yeah, I'm gonna have to shut it off. We're gonna have to undo that nut. Make that back together. But it's hot. I'm sure that thing's red hot because our brusher's making a lot of heat. So we'll get her shut down and then...
Well, my hands are already dirty, so we might as well work on it.
Smack that crescent. Tap it in as far as it'll go, okay? There you go. Tighten her up. Tighten her up. Let's get this girl lit up again. The problem is I think the battery's probably dead. I'm just going to have a Dr. Pepper because we're out of Pepsi.
Makay wanted.
You look
Makay,
like you wrestled a walrus.
I feel like I have. Makay wanted his battery back anyway.
Yeah, well, it's probably about time to switch him out.
I told him he'd get it before the end of the trip.
Did you really tell him that?
Yep.
That's so funny. So we robbed a battery out of Makay's truck, one. Actually, as tight as you can get that thing, lay into it. There you go. All right, let's see if it'll start. If it will, we'll get rolling. Fuel pump's still running. Fuel pump make it happener. It's still making it happen.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's been charging since we left.
The moment of truth.
The fuel pump's killing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We ain't got no battery. We're gonna have to swap that battery. No choice. The good thing is it's holding air. Well, we're on the side of the road for the second blowing of the air hose. I'm using the brake pedal to bleed the brakes because I think our air regulator valve has failed. So we're overbuilding the pressure. I didn't see it go to 150. For some reason it keeps blowing it off. So I can make an air leak with this thing. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Once I flip the door switch, it leaks. And then, I don't know, I'll do some other things, make some air leak out of this thing. We got headlights wired up here. This wire that burned earlier at the gas station. Okay, since I got two headlights, I can kind of see one shining there a little bit. Brad and Makay are trying to safety wire the air compressor hose back onto the compressor. done filming, so we'll let you know how the rest of this goes. We're almost to Parker. Really bummed that we got such a late start getting out of Brawley, but kind of ruins it for filming at night. I didn't bring any lights with me. If something catastrophic happens, I'll try to share it, but otherwise I'll do what I can do. So hopefully that'll keep it from blowing off. See what it goes up to and times out at. I don't think that valve's working underneath.
Yeah, the wire's, it's on there, but it ain't.
Yeah, it ain't good wire, that's why.
Yeah.
Now we need bail wire. I used to carry a bunch in my bag, but I can loosen that up pretty good.
Well, we can just sit and play with it as needed.
Yep. Just let her leak. If we need air. Yeah, at least we got headlights. It's not shorted. Just keep rolling. All right. Check this out. We got mood lighting in here. Mood lighting. Makay, it's like what time is it?
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. Look at your hands. Look how grubby you are.
Your beer cans, we would look like alcoholics.
Yeah, how many soda cans we got back there? So we left at 4:30 this morning.
Yep.
And dude, I almost gave up before we even took off.
I was surprised.
I was
when we
doubting-
left Brawley.
I was doubting we were getting out of Brawley. This thing had so many demons. I mean, from the fuel to the wiring. I mean, guys, you got to see this. Like, this is horrible. Like, the low air warning light's on already. I'll show you. That's low air warning light there. But the gauges are just laying in here because this dash shorted out, caught fire at the gas station. Like, we literally had smoke coming out of this thing. Brad was like, oh my gosh, smoke. I looked down and there's all but flames coming out of the dash. And the only way to shut it off is get the battery unhooked.
The battery.
And we're at the fuel station of all places. But honestly, it did pretty good once we got rolling. It's not fast. Like,
No.
we just bucked a headwind at 45 miles an hour all the way up I-40. Did we get over 45?
Nope.
No. McKay was right behind us. He's like, nope. So, McKay, how about that dune buggy on the trailer over the bridge?
You notice I backed off a little bit.
I told Brad, I said, Brad, we just almost threw the buggy off on McKay. I know there was daylight under the trailer and the buggy. Anyway, yeah, the main reason we wanted the dune buggy was for the trailer and to help Ricky and Pat clean up their yard a little bit. But we're gonna put it to good use. The bus, I pretty much gave it to Brad. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. Brad, he's like kind of over it already. He's like, he had some fun driving it, and then the compressor hose blew off, and he's just like, this sucks.
Hey, the compressor was the easy fix.
You know what?
Which time?
Which time? Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'll
This
tell
has
you.
way more problems than that compressor.
We ended up loosening lines on the dash here for the door to dump air off because something happened on the compressor and it kept blowing the compressor line off. But you know what? We made it. 215 miles. Is that what you figured out, Brad?
That's what the old
215 miles to Brad's house in Yucca.
In a
So
bus,
in an old bus.
pulling a trailer.
This is a 66, baby.
air-cooled
With
Deutz.
With the air-cooled Deutz engine. You know, Brad brought up an interesting point. He says the only thing we haven't had is radiator problems. He's like, you know, and I mean, a true story. The belt stayed on. All the belts stayed on, so the engine stayed cool. You can smell it getting a little hot on the grades, I'm sure.
Oh, bet.
See, did you see it just all of a sudden start blowing smoke out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A couple of times I laid into it and Makay just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. But anyway,
It runs great.
we're all done. Makay and I are heading back to Havasu, and we'll bring you back in on this later. Thanks for watching.